Go live.
Whoa.
Hey, we're live. Hey, everybody. Remember, the camera's up there with the blue lights. Yeah, because I tend to point at the screen, too. Hey, everybody. It is Sunday. Let's look at the time and date. May the 10th, 2020. It is 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific, 1 a.m. in the UK. I'm Ben. Normally, it's the Sunday night hang, but tonight, we're calling this the CWG, Canucks with Guitars, because we have lots of Canucks with Guitars in the chat. Mother's Day special featuring my ma.
Or you could have rented somebody.
Could have. Here, I moved the mic. Hey, look at that. We'll move the mic a little closer. Everyone can check out my guitar picks, too. There we go.
Ooh, cool.
Yeah, a little holder, isn't that
Yeah,
handy
that's
for when you're playing? Let's see. Who do we have in the chat? We already have 18 people in here, it says.
Wow. Hi, 18.
Yeah, see right there. Well, you can't see that. You didn't bring your glass. She didn't bring her glasses, folks, so I'll be reading off the stuff here. We have Paul Ewing of Stompbox Steels in the house. Says, Happy Mother's Day to all our lovely ladies. That's right. We have Rob212 in the chat. I should mention Bent Tom commented at approximately 3 p.m. today. Hells yeah. So he seems excited. Hopefully he'll be back in here soon. And we want to give a shout out to someone that you've known basically his entire life. Michael Q. Lynn had stopped in earlier and said hi. We discussed that earlier. So special shout out to Michael Q. Lynn. Why don't you say hi to him?
Hi, Michael Q. Lynn.
There we are. We have Rob212. We have Hurricane Moon. We have Amp Top Demos. Absolute Mayhem. JP Page 2. TL Pedals Canada, a cool pedal company out of the Moncton area that I found out about last week. Thanks again, Paul Ewing, for the shout out and the referral, and meeting up with Tim and Josh Scott's hangout. We have Joe Hervey, aka Kid Shred, in the chat. Peter DeBad.
That's a cool name.
Kid Shred?
Yeah.
Oh, I named him that. He's all about the metal. He's younger than me, so Kid Shred. Made sense to me. We have Fruitcake Tony tuning in. Awesome.
To tune in with the rest of us fruitcakes.
Joe Hervey 84 says, Hi, Ben's mom. Can't wait for the show. So see, this is all just even before the show was started. Martin Lemaire's in the house. We have Mr. Mark Taft. We have Mr. Milk Taft. Taft Incorporated.
Tafts.
Greetings, one and all. We have, oh man, I always screw up this name. Bethalco. Bethalko. Bethalco. Let's go with that. He says, salutations from Ottawa. Awesome, the nation's capital. Uh-oh. I need a drink for this one. The Down and Back with Corn Dog is here. You know who that is. The Down and Back with Corn Dog.
Oh, Corn Dog.
Doug.
Yeah.
Hi,
Dougie.
Dougie.
I was looking at a picture of you today.
ZD351. Wow, this just skipped ahead like 50 comments. I want to get everybody in here. Let's see here. ZD351. He says, hello, folks. I'll be watching and listening while working because he's in Australia. So forgive me if I don't follow the chat too closely or get interrupted with work phone calls. There we are. We have Dennis Brio tuning in, I believe, from New Hampshire. There's Bent Tom from the Philly area. Knucklehead Zero. Lovely Janice Lala from Connecticut, who's a fan of the show E&G. She watches it on cable TV down in Connecticut.
Cool.
Oh, there's Joe freaking out again. Ben's mama. Hi, mama. Ben is a good boy. Happy Mother's Day to you.
Thank you.
Paul Lou, Adam D, Six String Stanger, Big G, Gary Tholander, Peter DeBad, Grumpy Mike Guitar, Randy Crooks. We're just going to go shotgun style here. There's Michael Q. Lynn. Says, hi, Ben and Maggie. Joseph D'Angelo, Terry's GG&G, George Lackey, Music Therapy Laz, David Ennis, Robert Metzenberg, Dale Palmer, who's right across the lake, Rochester area.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. And I think that's everybody. Sorry if I missed out on anyone. Oh, Brian Bond. So basically we missed Brian Bond. Oh, dang. Ben Tom with the $5 donation. By the way, all super chats tonight will be going to Mama for assistance in. We'll talk about that in a little while. He says, "Hey, Mom, were Ben and Amanda good as kids?" There's your answer.
Well, it depends who you're asking.
Charles 75N, Joe C. Hello, Frank Corcoran.
I think when you put your sister in the clothes dryer.
We don't need to talk about that. Oh. I'm a professional. I don't do anything like that ever.
Yeah, right.
BV, salut mon ami. He says, "Bonne fête des mères, Ben et maman et Amanda." He's in Switzerland. And that's pretty much all the French I know. So, salut mon ami.
Do you know what it says? What he said?
Yes, Happy Mother's Day.
Cool.
Amongst other things. I paraphrased. BV gets it. All right. I think we are caught up there. Well, Doug just said no. Jack Clark's tuning in, says Happy Mother's Day. Brian from Oregon says Happy Mother's Day. Awesome. So, yes.
It's like having a whole bunch of kids that I didn't know.
Or want.
Well.
Bunch of us guitar players,
well,
ne'er-do-wells.
I married a guitar player.
This is true. So
I expected my kids would be guitar players and singers. And
guess what? It happened. There's Blackjack Guitar Nut. I believe it's from the Toronto area. He says, "Hey, Ben Coombs and Mom and y'all, bonjour, BV Ninja." Nice. Everyone's saying hey to each other.
Oh.
We already have 46 people in here. Not all guitar players, Doug says. All right, so we've got, let's see, 48.
Some
so we
people
have
throw bags around.
We have 47 guitar players and a cornhole player.
Yeah.
There we are. But cornhole players, like musicians, also like our performance-enhancing beverages. Salute.
I don't think Doug really needs anything to...
Hey, Mikey Newman, he says Happy Mother's Day from the UK.
Happy Mother's Day over there, too.
Crazy bunch of people, but we are all good, kind-hearted people. Exactly, Joe. Well said. Yes, so I was going to mention, if you think the color's a little off, I got a touch of sun yesterday before the snow. It was sunny out before the snowstorm. Don't even get me started, folks. Mama is on a variety of meds leading up to a liver transplant, hopefully sooner than later. And as a result, tonight, all these super chats that come in will be going towards funds. So because Mom will be up in Toronto for about a month.
Yeah.
About a month. And, myself, Pops, Amanda, whomever, we'd like to come up and visit and stuff like that. And you know what? Toronto being the second most expensive city to stay in, it adds up. Yeah,
the hospital has a special rate with one of the hotels, and it's the special rate is $130 a night. I'm like, how special is that?
Less than half price. Yeah. Last time I was up there, I had a hard time finding a place under $300 a night for that wasn't a Roach Motel.
And I can't have a Roach Motel because
that's right. Just tilted a glass in honor of your mom and all the moms, Grumpy Mike Guitar says. Awesome.
Yeah, unfortunately, I can't drink, so Ben's having my wine for me.
Let's see here. Oh, what's this? BC Rich 581 says, "How could two people have two thumbs down to Mom?" Quite simple. They're jealous of my awesome mom. And holy shit. Brian from Oregon donated $99.99.
Cool.
Take care of Mom. Wow. Excuse me. That's that hits me right there. And Mayhem as well just donated $99.99.
Wow.
Yeah. Wow.
It can go in the kitty, as it were.
That will definitely be going in the kitty. Thanks, folks.
Yeah. That's that. Well, there's gas about 4 times.
That's a night. Even with Google taking out their shot. Janice says, "How about a PayPal instead?" PayPal is fine. Absolutely fine, folks. I do appreciate it. Michael Q. Lynn coming in with a 626. I like that number. 626. Thank you very much, buddy. And we got to catch up once this whole lockdown's over. I've been meaning to catch up with Mike for a while now.
That's one of the reasons I have for my transplant. I have a donor, but she has to go and get a bunch of tests done. She has about 12 tests she has to have done, which was supposed to happen on April the 6th. And of course, they had to cancel because of the COVID. And now we wait for the hospital to open up again to.
And I will say,
surgery.
I do want to give a shout out to anybody that does donate if they use the PayPal as well or any other means. So tell me in the chat to check my email if you've donated through PayPal. Just say check your email or something like that, and I will. Because I just got a message from Bent Tom. He just threw in $100 through PayPal as well.
Oh.
And Grumpy Mike with $5.
Wow.
I see now, Grumpy, I'm going to say I'm a touch disappointed because he says for mom, but he usually says just because. So I'm going to say just because for mom.
Yes.
There's another one for mom. So there's 5. And Charles, awesome. Thank you so much. Charles 75M.
Wow.
Yes.
I don't even know any of you. Well, I know a few of you.
Thank you, Doug. I was just going to mention that. We have another family member in the chat. Young Grayson C is in the chat.
Oh, Grayson.
The future of the Coombs name.
Yeah.
It's all on you, kid.
Yeah.
No pressure.
No pressure. Yeah, that's true.
There's Sean Zimmerman says, hi, Ben Coombs. Hope all the best for your mother and tell her happy Mother's Day, and I will donate my prayers. If I wasn't sick myself, I'd love to help. You know what? That's enough right there.
Fine. Yeah.
Yeah. Sean, whereabouts is Sean out? I want to say Tennessee.
Prayers and kind thoughts mean a lot.
Braden Berglund, hello. Welcome. New name in the chat. No, I say, and why not? That's right. Thank you. And
you've been corrected.
I have been corrected. Mikey Newman, 20 quid. I can say that because it's pounds.
Wow.
For mom. Dang, folks.
And I watch Coronation Street religiously.
And thank you very much, Janice, for the donation. $15 goes into the cause. Well, the key is we're not putting this on a credit card for Dad because he's going to be ordering room service and living like a king, right? Taco Bell time. I'm not talking much for a few minutes. Lucky you guys. Joe, enjoy that Taco Bell, buddy.
But we had prime rib. So.
We did have prime rib. Hey, Brad Miller. He says, skip ahead here. Ooh. There he is. Happy Mother's Day to Mama Coombs. Keith H., we heard such good things about you. Happy Mother's Day. There's Jay, 7/8. Jay Hannon, Ben Gismachi, co-host of the Johnny Bean Show.
Oh.
Out of South Carolina.
Is Johnny going to be on?
Says, hi, Ben's mom. Johnny may show up in here. Anthony Murphy. Dang. Thank you. Hi, Ben. This is for your mom and setting Pete Thorne up to live stream with guests. Yes. That right there, right, folks? We got Pete Thorne with guests on. He had Tim Pierce on today. Tim Pierce started out. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, folks. Tim Pierce first kind of notoriety was playing with Rick Springfield. And then he's gone on to be on about 1,000 albums.
Playing with Rick
Yeah. From PA. Okay, Sean Zimmerman's on transplant list as well. That's right. For a kidney.
Oh. Kidneys are a little bit easier to come by only because you don't have to have quite as much match.
Let's see. Doug says, although I've seen even family pics today that my cheeks hurt, but not from smiling. Yeah, no kidding. No kidding.
By the way, what's your blood type, Doug? Just in case.
All right. We appreciate all the donations, Doug. We're expecting you to get blood.
Or liver.
Hey, Dwight
you
Daly.
You can give a liver.
Okay, Tony. We got 62 people in here. So yes, we're 14 minutes into the show here. We could talk a little music, I suppose.
Yeah,
So I'm just gonna assume everybody that has been subscribed to the channel under a year has still gone back and binge watched last year's Mother's Day special for part 1 with Mama.
Because I don't remember what I said. Because unfortunately, that's another side effect of the liver condition.
He says, my blood type is 99 proof.
That's okay. You just have to stop for a little while.
All right. So we had discussed last year. Excuse me. Video burps. Always happens. We had discussed various concerts you had gone to, music you liked growing up. You know, maybe I think we had mentioned a couple people that you had met over the years as well. And before I forget, because we forgot last year, is I did want to touch on the Mariposa Folk Festival a little bit. Because, you know, that festival was kind of a big deal. It was pretty much one of, because I can't remember at West, but probably one of the premier music festivals in Canada for about a decade. We'll give them a decade.
Well, I started there in 72. And, well, I think we went until it was in the 80s. And then we went back for the one that you guys went to, the reunion or whatever it was, 20th or 25th year. Up in Barrie.
Well, they had just moved the location. It wasn't a reunion as much as
no, but it was some kind of a
anniversary. 86.
Some kind of
so 86, probably 20th anniversary. So it may have started in 66.
25th could have been maybe.
25th. That'd be 71. Would be the first year then.
Yeah, because I was 72 that I was there.
Right.
I thought it started before that.
Mark Taft comments, can't wait to get started on those flower beds for your family. I enjoy doing that kind of stuff.
Oh, I can't wait for you to
As soon as it warms up, buddy. As soon as it warms up.
It's supposed to be really nice this week. So
Terry says, yes, I hope the transplant goes well, Maggie. My mom died in September because of complications for dialysis. So my thoughts to you. That goes out.
I'm so
well,
sorry.
Ben. Thanks, buddy. Yes.
Yeah.
And a special shout out to Terry because it is his first Mother's Day without Mama B. I'm going to say. Because Terry doesn't have his last name in his screen name, so I'm not shouting out last names. Celebrities, Celebrities,
Well, I thought.
Hey, Six String Brian's here. I bet you Six String Brian, who spent all last weekend out on his motorcycle, did not spend all this weekend on his motorcycle.
Yeah.
He's up north of Toronto.
Oh.
Alliston area.
Maybe he'd be shoveling, I think. That's one nice thing.
Well, if you watch one of Brian's shows, he does shovel stuff on occasion. I'm just kidding, buddy. I love Brian. He's great.
I have two stories.
All right.
Should
we do a story? He says no riding this weekend. So yes, well, before we get started, scatterbrain. So Mariposa, you started in 72. The year I went and Amanda went to, that was the last year you guys helped.
Yeah.
So 72 to 86. I think you may have missed a year or two.
Yeah, maybe 1 year, I think.
One or two. And it would have been right before 86, in around there, I'd say. Because I remember by 81, 82, you were still doing it.
Yeah, I have programs for up to 78 for some reason.
Right.
I've got 71, which I wasn't even there for.
Would Dad have been there, maybe?
No.
No?
No.
Probably leftovers. But it's all the time. You go to a festival and they have last year's programs there, too.
It's kind of the same people.
Yeah.
Here.
Bunch of hippies. They wouldn't know what year it is anyways, right? Oh, we got a question from Mr. Milt. So yes, Mom did help out with the Mariposa Folk Festival for a number of years, which culminated in you were the head of hospitality for the festival. Yes. Yay! You know what that means? Dealing with damn musicians all day and coordinating. Like the poor bastards we refer to as road managers or tour managers, the people that have to organize everything and then do the spinal tap and point the musicians in the right direction?
There were a few challenges. For instance, we were at a hotel in Toronto at one point, and we always had these private ferries that took people over to the island.
Yeah, we should mention, at that time, the festival was held on the Toronto Islands.
Yeah.
Which, for those who don't know, there's a series of 3 islands?
Yeah.
3 or 4 islands in the Toronto harbor, more or less.
But this was always on Olympic Island. But anyways,
which ironically never held in the Olympics.
We had to get the people from the hotel to the dock, from the dock, So Dave would do.
I was going to say yes. When she refers to we should also mention Dad was head of transportation at the time.
Yeah.
So
So we had this one little incident that I found a little challenging. And that was everybody was out of the hotel. They had to all be out because they had to be on site by a certain time because the boats stopped running. I mean, we were only going to rent the boats for so long. And Leon Redbone hadn't shown up. And so
look him up, folks. Hell of a musician.
Yeah.
Not good on punctuality.
I called up to his room and I don't know whether, I think it was his wife. She said, well, he's not ready yet. And I said, well, he needs to get ready because the last bus is going down to the dock. And she said, well, he'll be ready, in a little while. And I said, no, he'll be ready in about 10 minutes because if he doesn't come down and get on our bus, he's taking public transportation. To which she said,
you can swear. We made money.
No, to which she said, Leon doesn't take public transportation. And I said, well, then Leon better get his ass down here or he's walking to the dock. And you know what? He showed up.
Will Varela says, Leo Redbone, wasn't his mustache insured for $1 million?
Yeah, well.
Yep.
He wasn't one of my favorite. And then you had other people who were just...
Oh, I did want to ask, how was the audio levels, folks? Because we're a little further from the mic than usual. So
we can move closer.
Yeah.
If need be.
Grumpy Mike has to go, he says. Dan, gotta go. Have a great week, Ben. And Mom, later, everyone. Hopefully we'll see you tomorrow night on Canucksville Guitars. Grumpy Mike, guitar.
Grumpy Mike guitar.
It used to be Grumpy Mike, and now he's Grumpy Mike guitar. So, let's see.
So
a little hollow sounding. Great. Sounds good. Good audio. Audio is good. Great. All right. Better than my show, Doug says.
Yeah. Well, that's because it echoes.
BC Rich 581 says, so where did Leon Redbone get off acting like Robert Plant?
Exactly.
That's a good one.
And that was unfortunate that year. Also, one of the performers, their father had passed away in England, I think it was, and I had to tell him that he had died. And that's not so much fun. But
now, probably my favorite part of those festivals would be, and I don't know how much you would have hung out during them, what Dad had mentioned, because you would have like the conference rooms downstairs where you would do, here's your room, all your stuff. But at night, those became jam rooms. Mm-hmm. And there's some hell of a good jam sessions, I can imagine. Just from what I've heard, you look at one of those programs and you look at the roster of musicians.
Yeah.
And if a third of those musicians showed up, that'd be a high-dollar concert right there.
Dad can tell you some of the ones.
Brian from Oregon says, time for dinner with my mom.
Yay!
Cheers, Brian.
Wish her a happy Mother's Day.
Yes, wish her a happy Mother's Day on our behalf. And it was great seeing you at Winter NAMM. I was running into him at Winter NAMM.
Oh, cool. Speaking of that,
but I was thinking, did you ever hang out during those jam sessions, or were you going screw that? I'm getting sleep.
Yeah, most of the time.
Because I know you're not much of a night person.
Especially once Dad was there, it was kind of his thing. But there was the very first year I was there was the year Bob Dylan had shown up, and we were in this hotel that had a main room,
name drop,
a hospitality room, and there was going on. There was a native people. I'm trying to figure out what's
Aboriginal?
Aborigines? Yes. Anyways, they were having a powwow. They were dancing and all that kind of stuff. And I came and I was standing in the doorway, and then I looked over and I realized I'm standing beside Bob Dylan, who is, I will also say, he's really short. Anyways.
We know.
Oh, very short. Anyways, so I was like, okay.
Because you've been a Dylan fan basically since day one.
Oh, yeah.
We have the albums.
Like when I was in high school.
Yeah.
Early high school.
Sure.
Like grade 9. Anyways, my cousin, Daryl, was there.
Peg's daughter, Daryl?
Yeah.
Oh. Back
Was
then?
it?
Yeah. Oh, cool.
Yeah, because she was there for our wedding.
Oh,
we got
okay.
married a week later.
Oh, right.
Anyways,
You could have had quite the guest list if you
Yeah.
just the main stage
So,
2 p.m. The
she
Coombs
was
wedding.
downstairs, and I ran down the stairway,
Right.
the stairwell, and I went back. And I said, "Daryl, you got to come upstairs. Bob Dylan's there.
Right.
You know, come and you get to see him. He's standing right there." So we go tearing up. Well, we didn't realize we had gone up an extra flight of stairs.
Right.
And we go to the room, and it's empty. And I'm thinking, okay, am I imagining these things, or what? What's happening?
Did I eat the brown ass?
Yeah. It was, well, there was that thing too, but I'm not supposed to talk about that either.
No, actually, you know what? There's 59 people that are watching, and they're all just going right now. That explains a lot.
I was just on the wrong floor.
Yes,
but
this is
by
just
the time
one of
I
these
got
reasons,
down,
folks. This is why we do these shows, because people are like, how did you end up how you are? I'm like, meet my parents.
Yeah. Hey,
I thought this was normal growing
we
up.
didn't name you Clover or anything. I mean,
Could have been. Could have been. Joel Yo, hello. Welcome. New name in the chat.
Mm-hmm.
Please like, share, and subscribe, folks.
The one of I better explain.
PC Rich has the same shirt as me.
One
You have
is
good choice in shirts, sir.
one of the side symptoms of my liver disease is also I have what's called, wait a minute, I'm going to get this right.
Craft disease?
No.
Oh.
It's called hepatic encephalopathy, which means I have a brain dysfunction. So similar to Alzheimer's, but I can be talking and then I'll totally forget where I am.
Mom just seems like Mom was growing up when she would come home with 2 glasses of wine in her.
Yeah,
You don't appear drunk, just a little tipsy and forgetful.
Yeah.
Tom says, I love that your parents are hippies. Dad, see, now Dad always denies that he was ever a hippie.
Yeah,
However,
he won't say he was. I was.
we have photographic evidence of long hair and sandal wearing.
Yeah.
And since I still get hassles out in society in 2020 having long hair and wearing sandals, he was a hippie. Because if not, you would have had short hair, clean cut, and shoes that cover your toes.
Now me, I went to
Yeah, you were full on hippie.
I went to Lovin's at Queen's Park.
Ma kind of
and
dropped
things
out.
like that. It was kind of one
Not
of
that
those.
there's anything wrong with that. The sandals say it all. Charles,
Yeah.
that's right. Screenshot.
I was going to tell you
Oh
something.
yeah, go ahead.
now.
No. Ben Tom just said one of my best buddies is in stage 4 liver failure, and it has hepatic, and it's that big word.
Yeah, see?
As well.
You see?
Doug says he only had short hair when someone visited. Oh well. Nana's coming over, put on the short hair wig.
Well, Dad had a friend, Greg, who had fairly long hair, down to about here. But when Greg was working, he used to wear a short wig, and I didn't realize it. And he came to the door one time, and I said, Greg, you cut off all your hair. He was like, just an answer to me. Okay. I had a lot of friends, though, that had long hair. But there was
and yet you're always after me to get a haircut. Although you finally gave up around the move.
Yeah, but you look quite handsome with short hair. So,
Pshaw.
I just saying that.
And if we did miss a question or something, folks, please ask again. And excuse me, we got 65 people watching. Please leave a thumbs up, and if you're new, please subscribe.
I'm trying to.
I believe they're called mandals. That's sandals for men. Mandals. Yeah.
Yeah. Well.
I was there before your string recommendation and met you at RJ's channel too. Lots of great stuff and info. Thanks, Joel. Awesome.
Okay, so I just remember what the story was.
Yes.
When we were talking about.
Right. Yeah, and then we got into the Mariposa. Other things. Okay.
At Mariposa the first year.
Excuse me.
I was hanging out with, I don't know who the other people were particularly, but like John Prine was there, and there was 2 or 3 other people.
Shout out John Prine.
And yeah, John Prine, they asked him to go over to the Brunswick and sing, and he gets up on stage and he sings and he sits down. I looked at him and just can't. I said, "That's what you sound like?" And I'm thinking, why are people making a big deal about you?
Will Varela says, I believe the last time Ben had a haircut, Quentin James was born.
Yeah, probably.
Quentin James is a wild card out of Louisville. We love Quentin.
So anyways, we went from there, this group of people, we went to the Hawk's Nest where Ronnie Hawkins was playing.
Follows up on Ben Tom's comment. I have a shovel to help with the name dropping.
Well, I got a real good one coming up.
Well, this is good too, because I get accused of being an asshole name dropper when I say, or I just say something like, folks, I grew up in the business. Like after you guys moved down here, Dad started gigging again and worked for the union. So literally.
Well, anyways,
yes.
Let me finish the story. Otherwise, I'll never get it out of me.
Hey, Fender Guru.
Not that anybody wants.
Fender Guru tuning in from Hamilton, New Zealand.
Oh, cool.
Yes, you're continuing with the story. So John Prine, yes.
Okay. Anyway,
Ronnie
so
Hawkins.
we went to see Ronnie and the band, and so Ronnie invited us all back to his house in Mississauga.
Oh, Gary says, "Give your ma a hug. Happy Mother's Day."
Oh.
Done and done.
And so we went out to his place. I'm not really sure how we got there, who I was with, because this is a long time ago, people. One must remember this is almost 50 years ago. And
I love it.
And I remembered, like, Ronnie had this house, and on the ceiling, he had these painted cherubs, and the faces on the cherubs were his kids.
Right.
Okay. Anyway, so we're sitting out in this kind of a, I don't know, sunroom kind of an idea. And he says, "Well, I don't do this, but," and he comes out with a piece of hash like this. And he said, "John and Yoko left it here. Does anybody want any of it?" And all these people are going on because I didn't do hash.
Even if you didn't, I'm like, yeah, I'll take some of John's. Sure.
Yeah.
Vance Hicks says, "Did anyone else just fall in love with this mom?"
Yeah, it was kind of interesting. Well, and then you can segue to many, many years later. Ronnie Hawkins was playing down here. He had a new band, and he was trying them out, which is where Dad met CW.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Yes, Will Varela, a brick of hash, the size of a brick.
Yeah, literally. And Ronnie was at Copperfields, and anyways, he was staying in at the hotel, and a whole bunch of us. No, at Copperfields.
I could have swore he used to rent out the cave to ramp up his bands.
Yeah, but this was also
okay.
at Copperfields.
Sorry, Miss. I don't have a good memory, so apparently she does.
Well, I remember this because we all went back to his room.
Where there was another brick of hash.
No, there wasn't. But
hey, David Ennis.
Ronnie Hawkins has this persona, la la.
Yeah.
And I was sitting beside him, and I said, "I've been in your house." And he looks at me and he said, "What?" I said, "I've been in your house." And I mean, we're talking, I don't know, 20 years later or something,
Will Varela's just owning the chat. He goes, "We can segue years later." Well, after a brick of hash, it would take that long. Years later, we all sobered up.
But he was still, this la la la.
Showbiz.
Mr. Showbiz.
Yeah.
And he said, how can you, I don't understand. Why would you be able to say that you were in my house? You've never been in my house. I said, "Okay, your house in Mississauga, you had a ceiling that had these cherubs painted there and your kids' faces on them."
The old place before he moved to Lakefield.
Yeah. And he went. And his face just went from...
So all of a sudden,
Oh,
Yeah, like you just opened up that closet and said, this skeleton right here?
Yeah, and he says, you have been there. I said, yes, I have. And I sort of explained, what when it was. So from then on, every time, like if he was in the area or something, he was, hi, Maggie. Like, yeah, okay, Ronnie.
Yep.
Probably still, if I was to go up to him and say something to him, of course, he's older than dirt now, so.
That he is.
I mean, I'm older than dirt, so he,
Excuse me.
That's not dirt you can use, Mark, in the garden, okay? We're not.
Well, Mark had to leave
it.
for a moment, so he said he'll be back. Yeah, he says be right back.
Okay.
I'm guessing pee break.
Mm.
We all went before we went live.
Yes.
Some of us went twice before we went live.
That's not to say we won't have to go again, but, hey.
And speaking of music, probably music you like, British blues rock, you kind of like that stuff, that Stonesy, early Yardbirdsy.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Fender Guru here does a weekly podcast all about British blues.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, so everyone check out Fender Guru. Please subscribe.
Blues is a one genre I actually do really enjoy.
Yeah. Tail Pedal says, got a jet. Thanks, Mama. We're all on here tonight because of you.
Ah, you sweetie.
I'll shoot you a text tomorrow, Tim.
Hey,
Good guy.
sweetie.
Good guy.
And then there was the story about Jose Feliciano. That I
Always
told
awesome that
earlier.
Maggie is on. So many awesome stories and life tales.
Well, I went to see Jose Feliciano.
Jose Feliciano.
Yeah,
Damn.
which I'm assuming everybody knows who he is.
Okay. Music Therapy Laz says, get your, and then in capital letters, awesome, Mom. A slice of her favorite dessert. What is her favorite dessert? Happy Mama's Day.
Oh, my favorite dessert would probably...
Her husband making her ice cream cone around 7:30 in the evening.
Yeah, that's helpful. Or blizzard. Or I like cheesecake.
Being diabetic, anything she's not allowed to have.
Yeah. Yeah, I always say being diabetic, if it looks good, smells good, or tastes good, can't have it.
She couldn't even try a sip of my wine tonight.
Well,
That was more because Dad would yell at her.
Scott was laughing because I made chocolate pie for dessert.
Yep.
And he says the diabetic. So I stuck my tongue out at him.
Will Vrilla says chocolate cheese. Oh, yeah. Will Vrilla is a pastry chef by trade, too.
Oh, yeah. Well, shoot me some.
Well, see, if we ever get down to the New York City area, he's in Oyster Bay.
Oh, is he?
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. Billy Joel territory down there. Cowtown Customs. Good to see you, man.
I remember being in...
Laz is
Cape
back. Hi, everybody. I'm back from
Cod
video chatting with Lidamese. I always mispronounce her name. I'm sorry. His wife is from Peru.
Oh, cool.
So as such, I am very bad with Peruvian names. I try.
You're probably not good with Spanish even.
No, I get by.
Or Portuguese.
Not bad.
Whatever they...
Yeah.
What is Peru? Is it Portuguese or is it...
Peru? No, it would be Spanish. Only Brazil was Portuguese.
Which
For the
takes
most
us
part.
back to Jose Feliciano's story.
See, we do that. That's how we do this, folks. What goes around comes around, right?
Yeah, conversations around our dining room
Well,
table
see,
are
and
always
if
kind of
you were
weird.
concerned about, the viewers think you're scatterbrained, this is me every week anyways.
That's why I don't watch your show. I relate too
Oh,
much
there
to
he
it.
is. There he is. Aaron from Albus Band. He says, I've been lurking, but now I says hello to you and Mama Coombs.
Hello.
Yeah, it's been, a whole week since he said hi to you?
Yeah, it's true.
Because, we were on video call the other day when he came home. We were FaceTiming.
Um,
Because we do that. We FaceTime each other.
I went to a Jose Feliciano concert in Toronto.
Say that 3 times real fast.
Yeah. And I mean, he's truly amazing. And so when he left the stage, then everybody called him back for an encore. Unfortunately, when he decided to come back out for the encore, he didn't bring the person who
His
leads
handler.
him out, his handler or whatever you call the person.
Valet, perhaps.
Yeah.
Which is really a fancy name for handler.
So he just started walking across the stage and walked right into a drum kit, and it just drums everywhere, and he fell down. And I mean, you really couldn't help but laugh because it was pretty funny, and he was laughing himself.
Terry mentions can do a diabetic style cheesecake, light pie filling, Cool Whip, and cream cheese plus arrowroot crackers, crushed crumb base. Made this many times for my mom.
Sounds good.
We need recipe, Terry. You got me.
No, he could just make it and mail it to us.
From Midland?
Sure.
Yeah, it'd stay fresh.
Yeah.
I don't know how well. Well, I know one thing I noticed. I've been ordering. People know I've been ordering groceries on Amazon. Don't order Pringles on Amazon.
Were they as broken as you thought?
About a quarter of the can. It's pre-chewed.
That is one nice thing with Ben living with us because he is our caretaker, we'll say. He does all our errands.
Hey,
he does
Gary.
all the grocery shopping. He does. He drives places for us and things like that. Besides helping with the move, which still isn't finished, but we won't go down that road.
But it's just odds and ends, outdoor stuff.
But he even does my laundry for me.
I do.
Because I can't go down the stairs.
Sometimes I can't go down the stairs. We've seen the photos.
Yeah.
As Quentin James said, way to try to relic yourself.
Yeah, right, exactly. Well, you see, he comes by it honestly.
Yeah.
Another really good guitarist, I have to say, is Segovia. I saw Andre Segovia.
I don't mean to laugh, folks, but Mom says to me, Segovia, he's pretty good, eh? Yeah, no shit. Yeah.
He has little short, stubby
It's like a younger
hands,
guy
so.
coming up, that Eddie Van Halen, he's pretty good, eh? Yeah, not bad.
Yeah, not
Clapton,
bad.
too. I heard he's got a lick or two. Ben does what I used to do for my mom. Awesome. That's right, Ben Tom, and that's why we get along so well. Will Varela says Segovia? Yes, Segovia.
Yeah. Oh, amazing.
Yeah. And Terry says Ben does what I used to do for my mom. And Aaron says, you raised a damn good one there, Mama Coombs. Your boy has become one of my best friends of the last year and a half. Ooh, that gets you right in the old heart cockles there.
No, that's the wine.
I love everybody. Hey, Gussie Wells.
So I was telling Ben earlier, I wrote this down off of the internet.
Yes, because last year Mom mentioned she used to go to Beggar's Banquet.
There was a what they
Not
call
the
it,
album.
Yeah, what they called was Beggar's Banquet, which was a big outdoor concert, basically, that you could go to in Toronto. It cost you $1 to go on the bus, and it cost you $1 to get in. And I was just looking at what the lineup was at the one that I went to.
For a whole $1, folks. Go ahead.
Yeah. There was the Beach Boys. There was Chilliwack, Alice Cooper, Steppenwolf, Bread, and Lighthouse. Now, unfortunately, the only ones I remember were the Beach Boys.
Because she did it right now. Thank you for the donation, Brad Miller. Just going through, because I was wondering, I got a text message with a password, and I got an Interac e-transfer as well from TL Pebbles, Canada. So thank you very much, each and every one of you. Beach Boys, why? Well, I'll tell you, when it comes to the Beach Boys, when I was a teenager getting into playing one of these things, in fact, it was this one right here, which we do have video evidence of a very young me playing.
Yes.
Which you shot the video for. First video you ever made, right?
I found it the other day in a box, too. It says Ben's debut.
No, that's actually my racing.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, that's my stock car racing career.
That was really good, too. You were good.
Yeah, thanks. What was I going to say?
Except for the time when you went go-karting and came back with your front tooth hanging off.
It broke in half. Slight concussion. It's all good. What was I? Oh, yeah, Beach Boys. When I first started with this, Dad said, when you want to learn how to sing, listen to the Beach Boys. And he's right.
It's funny you didn't say the Everly Brothers.
Yeah, but I wasn't into the Everly Brothers much. I was into the Beach Boys, maybe. That's why. I've always been a big Beach Boys fan. Everly Brothers, too.
Beach Boys.
Love the Beach Boys. After the Mamas and the Papas, they're probably the band my dad played most. See, I'm not a fan of the Mamas and the Papas. Not a fan.
Do we have any Joplin fans out there?
Again, not a fan.
I was a big Janis Joplin fan. I used to do all my housework to...
Braden's been playing his tellies all day. Yeah. The Pearl album. Still can't listen to that album.
Oh.
There must be Tuesday. Ma's house cleaning. Got Pearl cranked. Someone just buy that goddamn woman a Mercedes, please. I hate that song.
Oh, Lord.
Don't even start, Ma. Don't even start. Yeah, sorry, folks. We got to go. Yeah. Okay, well, Will Varela and Aaron are agreeing with you. Bethalco. Y'all have bad taste in music. No, just kidding, folks. See, that's saying music is art. There is no right and wrong answers. It's all individual taste. It's not a competition. Let's see here. Big Brother and Holding Company, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Got them old Cosmic Blues again.
When we go to the blues, Blind John Davis, he was cool.
Yeah.
He was in, I'm trying to think if that was when
see,
you
now,
were
Chris
up there.
Christopherson, I like Bethalco. I like Chris.
Yeah.
Speaking of bad singers, Chris is not a good singer.
No.
But he writes a damn good song.
And he's very smart.
Very smart. Rhodes Scholar.
Yeah. That's what your father said. You sound like your father.
Imagine that. Yeah, people wonder where I get it from, eh? P, pod, direct. Not so much falling far.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but I ought to have something in there. You got my heart.
I got your heart, yes. Yes.
Yeah.
I got Dad's questioning of authority.
And you have my optimism.
Cool. I will answer that in a couple of minutes.
I'm a half full person. Dad's a half empty.
Mark Taft says, I was a roadie for a local band whose lead singer did a very good job singing Janis Joplin's tunes. I'm wondering which band I was in that was. I don't recall. I've never performed a Janis Joplin song. I know that.
Oh, maybe you didn't know you were performing.
Then again, yeah, they did have a tendency to do that. They would just, because especially if it's an album cut, they just put a different name. That's how they also got me to play Tragically Hip songs. And a few other songs. Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't talk about that too much. Canadians are watching.
Yeah. I was talking about the Grateful Dead today.
What about the Grateful Dead?
I couldn't name a song. I don't
Truckin'?
know.
Truckin'? Casey Jones?
No, I don't think I ever.
I'm just trying to think back there because you probably wouldn't remember their comeback song in 86,
Country
87.
Joe McDonald and the Fish. Now there's an.
Here we go. Aaron got it right. Ben hates most hits. There's a fun FYI for you. That's right. Most singles I don't like. Will Varela doesn't care for the Grateful Dead. Sugar Magnolia. It's a good song. Friend of the Devil. See, we're getting some Grateful Dead stuff here.
Electric Circus.
A great club, apparently. That was the old Masonic Hall, wasn't it?
No, it was at 99 Queen Street. It was.
Oh, 99 Queen. Oh, yeah, lovely neighborhood.
City TV took it over. Whoever ended up.
City was at 299.
Oh,
Queen West.
Well, whatever the one is.
Queen and John.
Whatever the one was that had a TV show.
Thank you, Mark.
That is.
I forgot Mark did roadie work for other bands other than me. And Ken and Debbie Smallman. Right. They were good too.
Where the Electric Circus TV show with VJ and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, which they tried to bring back later.
Yeah, but that went into, that's when was it CFTO or City or whoever? I think it was City that bought the building.
And before they moved down the street, obviously.
But when it was Electric Circus, when it was I was hired as a mime there.
I shake my head. People know how I feel about mimes.
That's okay. I didn't get to be even perform because there was this other professional mime that came in and they gave him the job. Yeah, well, whatever. But I went out with the fire breather there.
Yeah.
Yeah. he used to do.
Yeah, so if that was the same bill, it would have been $2.99 Queen West.
No, if it's 99.
Well, then they
I
moved
know that.
later.
No, maybe they just changed the numbers. I don't know.
I don't think they would change the numbers by 300 or by 200 actually. But yeah, Queen and John is $2.99 Queen West because they have Speaker's Corner
This
on
is
the
east.
corner.
This is east.
Well, there we are. See, then they did move because it was $2.99 Queen West when it was City and Much Music in the building.
Whatever.
Yeah.
I'll look it up.
Because you always find Sukyoung Lee's bicycle, because she used to ride to the studios. Her bike was always around the corner on John Street.
Yeah. No, this was.
Hey, Marsman. Good to see you.
This was at 99 Queen Street East.
My Mother the Mime. Great band name.
Yeah.
I would say a good album name. That'd be a good album name. My Mother the Mime. Sounds like a Dinosaur Jr. or Pixies album or something.
Or the old TV show, My Mother the Car.
True. True.
Not to be confused with Kit.
This is true. Who sound like a British gentleman. So yeah, that wouldn't be your Mother the Car.
Oh dear.
Excuse me. Hey, there's one of my favorite names in all YouTube. Jose Benito Martinez Jr.
Ooh,
I love that name.
That's a nice name.
That's a nice name. Yeah. Ben, happy Mother's Day to your mom. Much blessings.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I need them all.
That's right.
Need them all.
Well, we'll probably go about another 20 minutes here. We've already burned 51 minutes. Isn't that
Oh,
crazy?
really?
Yeah.
Glad I recorded the TV show that I was.
Brickyard Rose. Okay, yeah. I remember that name, Mark. Thanks. Will Varela says, I wish all my exes were mimes. I bet you do, Will. I've heard some stories. Will's been down that aisle a few times in life.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Fruitcake Tony asks, Ben, is your mom an Elvis fan?
No.
There we go.
So I used to like his movies, but not his music.
See, I laughed at them like immediately. I thought in my head, what? You were a teenage girl. They were meant specifically for your demographic.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Well.
Yeah, but you're probably still more of an Elvis fan than Dad is a Johnny Cash.
Yeah. Well.
Elvis was never played in our house growing up. You played Carl Perkins. Because as Dad said, if it wasn't for Carl getting in that car accident, Elvis wouldn't have had a career. Because Elvis Presley, right place, right time. That's it. That's Dad's opinion. There's the Slayer of Tone, the Guru, the Master Builder, the Legend. Tuning in from Mesa, Arizona, LPD pedals himself, Mr. Lawrence. Good to see you, sir. Ben Coombs and Mrs. Coombs, hello and happy Mother's Day.
Thank you. Thank you.
We love Lawrence.
Well, let's see if I've got another story up my sleeve.
We can blame Lawrence that when you're having your off day and you forget to tell me you're laying down, you're like, why is he noodling for half an hour? It's because of Lawrence.
Oh.
That's the latest one over there with no writing on it.
Oh, that one
yeah,
over
the
there?
prototype.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm still
That's
running
cool.
that down for him. Yeah, that's the one that gives me the Voxy sound, so I can do the Brian May stuff and the Beatles.
All I can hear from my bedroom, which is just above you, is
Actually, this is the spare room here.
more like an oompa oompa.
Right. That's what she knows when I kicked in the 87, Lawrence, because that's the Marshall in a box. Sounds like one of those big Marshall stacks in a box.
Which Deep Purple had at the.
They had a lot of Marshalls. Yeah, I was playing some Deep Purple actually just before you came down here.
They
yeah, sure. Blame Mr. Petross.
Deep Purple was in Toronto, and they were coming over. But they had all these new amps. They were big stacked Marshalls, and I think it was at St. Lawrence
College.
No, St. Lawrence Hall.
Or where's that?
I've
never gone there for a show.
Yeah, it's.
I don't even think it's around anymore.
No, probably not. It was actually a fruit and vegetable market.
Oh, okay.
But everything was cleared out.
Right. Yeah, I guess. Yeah.
And you didn't have any chairs. You sat on the floor.
Sure. Brad Miller says his wife is loving seeing us together on here. Well, hello, Mrs. Miller.
It's because we look so
You
much
tolerate a
alike.
lot with your husband, Brad, but we love him anyways.
I don't know.
Headstock Harem says, hey, Ben and Mom everywhere. Purple is my favorite color. Braden says, I wish my mom knew what Marshall stacks were.
Yeah.
But the funny part is, I remember for years he would tell me that story because you remember they had new amps. So obviously they must have made an announcement to the crowd, hey, we're dialing in new gear, whatever.
Yeah.
But I swear, I think it wasn't until I brought home my first Marshall head a few years ago and you saw the logo, you went, that's what Deep Purple had all over the stage. And I'm like, well, yeah. But I know it could have been high watts they had. We don't know, folks. Or orange or whatever. But
there were really a lot of them.
Yeah, because, well, you didn't really have PA systems back in the day, right? You just cranked
the
freaking amps.
And I was standing up. I think, I was standing up by the stage.
I might have to steal that line from Braden. I think that'd be a good t-shirt. I wish my mom knew what Marshall stacks were. I could just see that on a t-shirt.
Well, you can't be married to a musician, raise a musician, hang out with musicians without knowing
hey, metalhead
a couple
hippie.
of things. Not much, but...
He's tuning in from Alaska. Didn't Richie Blackmore run Laney's for a while? Yes, he did. And what did Dad do with all of his gear? Pawned it off to me.
Yeah.
There's a guitar. There's an amp.
That's your inheritance right there.
Yep.
That's the Baldwin, yeah.
Yep, that's the bold one. I got to get
That's
that
the Willie
serviced.
Nelson one.
Hmm?
That's the Willie Nelson
Yeah,
one.
that's the same model Willie Nelson uses.
I think-
Blackmore used Marshalls, but Phil Hughes used high watts. Yes. Or Glenn Hughes. You mean, well, not Phil Hughes, Glenn
I
Hughes.
find it so interesting that people who were
He
musicians,
says, I mean Glenn Hughes.
young musicians in our day, they have bands, and the people in the band are their kids,
Right.
right? And I was thinking the other day,
See a lot of that now.
I was Facebooking, sending a thing to Bruce Good, the Good Brothers, and
Now the goods, because they got kids involved, so it's not the brothers anymore.
they ought to call it the Goods and Sadies. But I was thinking, Travis
Yep.
is
Young Travis.
yeah,
Who's
well,
not so young anymore. He's like he's my age.
52.
I was going to say, he's like my age, yeah.
Well, I was 18 when he was born,
Yeah, so-
19. It must have been about 19 when he was
So
born.
now, potentially, they could transition to the next generation of goods and just keep it going, right?
Yeah,
Then you-
exactly.
Well, and we were discussing it a while ago. John Fogerty, he's been having his family, he's been doing the songs on
Yeah,
there.
we were talking about him.
That's great. And
Yeah, it's a lot of them. A lot
of musicians tour with family members now. Like Fogerty, I remember watching a rig rundown on him, but it was actually his son doing the rig rundown because his son plays in him. His son has other bands too, but like it's a great gig. And of course, and it's funny because John Fogerty is very adamant, it's got to sound like back in the day. So John's son just went to the storage unit and grabbed a whole bunch of his dad's old gear. And that's what he uses on tour. I was like, wow, how'd you get that sound? I'm using your rig from the CCR days.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like the Von Trapps. Exactly.
I saw somebody the other day, and I can't remember what it was or who it was. It'll come to me later. But it had his son and his daughter were both playing with him. And
Oh, nice.
I can't remember who it was, but I know she had blonde curly hair.
That's a good question for the chat. Anybody think off the top of your head, a famous artist that now has their kids touring with them
Yeah,
as part of the band?
yeah.
I'd be curious on that.
Donovan, I think.
Is Donovan still performing?
Oh, yeah.
I thought he took a break. He was one of those guys that by 76 just went, nope, no more, and walked away. But then again, you put enough zeros on the end of that check, and even Yusuf Islam, you see Cat Stevens tomorrow night.
Cat Stevens was kind of weird.
There's no kinda.
Okay.
That man's weird.
Yeah.
Rick Nielsen with his son on drums with Cheap Trick. There we go. How could I forget? Yeah, a little band called Van Halen.
Oh, yeah.
Wolfgang's been playing bass for the last decade or so.
I was going to say,
Good.
yeah. Wolfgang.
See, that's how cool Ma is. She knew right away. She's, oh, yeah, Wolfgang. Yeah, right. Been playing bass with Eddie. See,
Yeah.
she knows. Neil Finn from Crowded House often plays with the son. Nice. Larry and Travis Carlton. I like this. Walter Trout's son. Willie Nelson. Yeah, he's got several family members. His sister was in Willie's band forever and a day. Nice.
I'm trying to think of who that was.
That's really cool. Okay. Greg Koch. Ah, good one. Yeah, Greg Koch. It's a trio and his son's the drummer. Which is really handy now because they've been doing quarantine shows. And he's like, get on the drums, son. And we're going live. And he's just on his, going live on YouTube. Gary Joey has his sons play guitar. Phil Collins, son on drums.
Yeah.
Nice. See, and that takes some balls to play the same instrument as your parent too, especially if they've been of note at all. Like Phil Collins is a damn good drummer. And so to fill in, hey, there's Pete Hickson. G'day, Ben. G'day, Ben's mum.
Is Ginger Baker still around?
No, he passed away last year.
Oh.
I believe last year.
When you get old like me and people are passing away, you just sort of somewhere along
the Doobie Brothers have their kids in the band now. Nice. David Crosby has recorded performing his son. Speaking of which,
do the Allman Brothers have sons?
I was going to say, Dwayne had a son or a daughter who's now the other, right? So I can't remember which they started. And apparently you can get banned in social media by referring to someone as what they call it, a dead name or a dead gender. Jenner made me think. If you refer to Miss Jenner as their former name, you will actually get banned on Twitter. Which is weird because Twitter lets anything go. Believe me, I know. Hey, Pete Bialik. And I saw, who else did I see in here? We said hey to Pete Hickson. Ned, hello. Welcome, Ned. New name in the chat, or I just don't have the best memory. Again, sorry, folks.
You're supposed to answer one of those.
Yes, I'll answer the text once we're off air. It was a follow-up, excuse me, regarding a donation.
Oh.
Yes, I was going to mention the Eagles, Will. After Glenn Fry passed away, Vince Gill has stepped in to take over. But he said he's only there until Glenn Fry's son decides to take over for him. And if you see Glenn Fry's son, he's got hair like mine, the big mustache like Glenn had back in he looks at his age, like say his son's 30. He looks like Glenn at 30, type thing. It's crazy. Excuse me. Playing drums with The Who. Okay. Nice. The Who was supposed to go out on tour right when COVID lockdown started.
They're still around? Good Lord.
Well, there's two of them left. There's Roger. There's Pete. They hate each other, but they tour. Why? It's an extra zero on the end of that paycheck.
Yeah, exactly.
That's why I always say whenever somebody sees a band reform, like Hell Freeze Over tour with Eagles, it's like because if you're in a famous band, you go do a solo gig. Let's say you'll get 10,000 to play, but if you reform that old band, you're getting 100,000 per person.
Wow.
So it just makes sense. I think I played a club up in Oshawa, and the next week Gilby Clarke was playing there. Same club. Gilby Clarke spent, 3 or 4 years playing with Guns N' Roses. And he's playing the same club as me, and the cover charge was $2 more than it was to see me. I'm sorry, but Gilby Clarke's worth more than $2 more than me. I don't know why anybody pay to see me anyway. So,
Didn't you have to pay them?
Frank Zappa's son played. Yeah, Dweezil played. I don't know if Dweezil ever played with Frank. Stevie Young does count. Yes, we'll count that. Fill in for Malcolm, because even before Malcolm passed, Stevie filled in. Another one of the Youngs. He was the nephew. Jason Bonham doing the one-off stuff for Zapp. I like that. Okay. Marsman's mentioning Willie and Arlo's daughters.
Remember when Arlo was a kid.
Arlo, possibly the biggest sellout in music. And I don't mean sellout as, ooh, you went corporate. I mean, here was a guy railing against the system to the point where they made a goddamn movie about him railing against the system. And now he's the biggest Republican conservative opposite of what he rallied against. Not that there's anything wrong with Republicans if that's what you're into. But when you're formally an uber hippie, super left, anti-establishment, and then
I have an Arlo story too.
you told it last year.
Oh, did I?
You
Okay.
did. Look
Well,
for that one. See, that's how we will generate views on last year's show. Watch last year's show, folks, for more stories involving Arlo Guthrie and more. Roxy is out of the cage. Wow, hardly comes out much, sitting on her eggs. Poor thing. Roxy is a miniature parrot, like the size of a budgie, but a parrot. Or as I call them, little dinosaurs. I don't like having little dinosaurs in my home. That's what birds are. It's little dinosaurs.
They are?
Yeah.
Why?
Most dinosaurs are, most birds are descendants of dinosaurs. It's where we just got it wrong.
Alligators and crocodiles.
Yeah, that's where we got it wrong with Jurassic Park. Yeah. T-Rexes should have feathers. Just saying. I
still want to know why they had the little short arms. What are you going to do?
Yeah.
Say, hey, get out of my way.
Now we're at the abusive portion of it. Did Ben ever get hit growing up? No, she's making up for it now. Lost count, how many lost tours? Yeah, lots of tours. Always loved Alice's Restaurant. Yep, great song, great movie.
Better TV show, actually.
Was it a TV show as well?
Yeah.
I did not know that.
Well, it was just called Alice.
Wasn't the same. That was out set in Arizona.
Yeah.
Alice's Restaurant was in New Hampshire.
Well.
See, I know this stuff. See, are you impressed I knew this shit?
But it was still...
New Hampshire, I think, though. Wasn't Boston. I wanted to say Massachusetts first, but I think it was actually all the way up in New Hampshire. I think.
Cape Cod.
I agree. Wilvrell says it's amazing how many musicians have passed this year. Yes. Yes, because I haven't been online since it happened. Rest in peace, Little Richard. Because if it wasn't for Little Richard, well, we'd all be playing like Perry Como. Ugh. Can you imagine?
Oh, but you could cut hair too, because he was a barber.
Well, we'd have to, because none of us would have long hair. Because let's be honest, Little Richard was that first step of that slippery slope in many ways.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I think so.
Apparently, he was living in Nashville.
Yeah. Yeah, he was quite the wild child.
Yeah, Cads? It's late night for Cads. Cads is in the UK, too. Hobo Roadie, hello? Does Mom know a joke?
A joke.
Don't tell the one Sam told today.
Yeah. Let me see.
While she's thinking of that.
Well, I do have a joke.
All right.
One of my favorites.
Okay.
It's clean even.
Oh. I can't tell the prawn joke on air. It's an inside joke amongst a few of us.
Oh.
China Mike has this joke, the prawn joke. And China Mike, we were discussing him before we went live. Very nice, very prim, Ricky Gervais looking and sounding guy. He told this joke that you cannot tell on air.
Okay, so this joke has to do with Roy Rogers.
We know who Roy Rogers is.
Okay.
Cowboy. Singing cowboy.
Roy
Was
Rogers
that Doc? Hello?
singing cowboy, yeah. Anyways, and Roy Rogers had bought some new Western boots and shined them up and everything, and he put them outside his front door. And he went to bed. He gets up in the morning, and the boots are all ripped apart.
Yeah.
And so he figures, okay, that's got to be like a cougar or a wildcat or something. So he gets on trigger and takes his gun, and he goes out, and he finds this mountain lion, and he shoots it, and he brings it home. He's got it lying in front of the doorway, and one of his ranch hands comes up and says, "Pardon me, Roy, is that the cat that chewed your new shoes?" How bad a joke is that one? I always thought it was funny.
Was Up Doc says, crap, I'm way late. That's why we went into a little overtime. We were waiting for Was Up Doc,
Yeah.
a fellow Canadian, fellow Canuck with guitars.
Where is he?
Was Up Doc, I want to say out west somewhere. Possibly BC.
Where's Travis?
Keith says he's laughing. Travis isn't here. Travis is too good to tune in live. Aren't you, Travis? But you're probably being a cool dude and watching on replay. So, thumbs up, Travis of Reno Fin Custom Guitars.
Yeah.
I don't really need to shout out all the sponsors because I left the sponsor ticker going for about half an hour there. So, but definitely thank you to all the channel supporters that help us do these things. That says, welcome to the CWG Mother's Day special. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. That's terrible. And that's awesome. That's YouTube comments in a nutshell. Like you can put up a video.
So did you like that joke?
But that's literally, you'll put up a demo and be like, that's the worst demo I've ever seen. And then, man, couldn't have seen no one do it better. And they both watch the same video. Thanks, Ben. Hi, Mom.
Hi.
And Will says, what, is this live? This is live?
Trying to think. I don't get to tell jokes very often anymore.
Well, it's because you don't have Sam around to tell jokes to, right?
Sam is really big on
Guitar Man
knock
45.
choice.
Yes. I have a knock joke, but my throat's acting up, so I might not be able to do it correctly. You want it?
Yeah.
All right. Knock, knock.
Who's there?
Wah.
Wahoo.
Werewolves of London.
Okay.
The song Werewolves of London? The chorus? Wahoo! Werewolves of London.
Yeah. Hmm.
It was better as a meme. And I saw Cad's nose to the prawn joke. He mentioned prawn. It was either terribly awesome or awesomely terrible. And Was Up Doc is in Gold River, BC, Vancouver Island.
Wow.
As west as the west can be, where the road runs into the ocean. That's right, Bethalka, Warren Zebon.
I used to know people who lived on Vancouver Island.
We still know people who live on Vancouver Island.
We do?
Travis, you just mentioned him.
Oh, I didn't know he was.
Yeah, he lives in Victoria.
Oh.
You know a few people. Steve Anderson, friend of the channel. He was on a couple weeks ago.
Andre doesn't subscribe, does he?
No. Andre! Just calling you out in case you randomly come across this video. Subscribe. Keep in touch.
Yeah.
He's in Tofino.
He's in Tofino.
He's too busy surfing. I bet he hasn't even picked up his bass in ages.
Named his kid Geronimo. I think that's a great name for a kid.
That he did.
Geronimo and Charlie.
ZD351 says, somebody email me the prawn joke. If I don't know. I'd have to write that down and see if I can do that. Your mother seems like a real sweetheart. Thanks, Sean.
Doesn't know me, does he?
Yeah.
Was I ever a rotten mother?
No, you're pretty easy going laid back. You work too much to be a hassle, right? It sounds bad if you say you were never around, but no, it's like you weren't around. So we had that freedom thing, like I'm right at the end of that generation where I'd leave in the morning and come back at dinner time, right?
Yeah. That's what we used to do too. Only we went by the street lights and we didn't have any street lights when you were growing up, so if it got dark.
Yeah, if you're outside playing catch, if you get the baseball in your face, it's too dark to play catch.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Of course, I was brought up in a little area of our town called Pleasantville.
50s suburbia?
60s.
Same thing. Yeah, but
50s.
50s
Yeah,
suburbia.
it was 50.
Think Mad Men. Right?
Well, they
Father
built,
come home each day wearing some type of fedora with a skinny tie? I bet he did.
I don't remember my dad ever having a
Did you have some form of a wet bar tray set up? Mad Men.
We had a wet bar in the kitchen.
Of course.
There was like a little alcove, and the telephone was there too. But
no, it does not.
it was a bar.
ZD351. It does involve a nun on the train. No, it does not.
anyway, so I was brought up in a little area of our small town. It was a small enough.
It's not a small town anymore. Now it's part of Toronto.
Don't bite your tongue.
Well,
Not
basically,
allowed to
right?
say that.
Whereas it used to be what, like an hour outside of Toronto, and now it's Toronto.
It was like an hour and a half to to get to Toronto. You had to take a bus down to Steeles. And when you got down there, you stayed on the same bus, only you had to pay cash to go down that far. Then they would take the thing takes
Coin
your
operated
tickets,
and take, sure.
and they would turn it around, and then they'd come back and collect tickets from you or tokens
Crazy.
to take you to the next stop, which was the big turnaround thing. But it would take you forever.
Yeah, tell me about
to
it.
Toronto.
Took the TTC to Wonderland from Scarborough. Took me 4 hours.
Yeah, I was going to say.
I think it was, because it was like 2
On
buses and 2 subways and then another
On
bus.
the upside, when I was growing up, they never even considered anything that where Wonderland was the Maple Dump, as I recall.
Will Varela says, my mom was a Bible thumper. She would thump me my backside with it. That's putting the fear of Jesus into you. Literally getting slapped with the Bible.
Yeah, I don't remember slapping you too much.
No more threats or wait till your father gets home.
No, I didn't do that.
You did a few wait till your father gets home.
Because my mom used to do that.
Well,
so
it's
I
the
didn't do
classic
it.
easy doled up tension in the kid's mind. Let his mind go crazy thinking about what could happen for 3 hours. It's all mind games. Works perfect. All you had to do is say, wait till your father gets home. For all you know, you don't know. He could come home in 4 hours and say, don't do it again. Or spank you. You don't know as a child. So immediately you're punishing yourself for 4 hours.
Except that I was a disciplinarian and Dad wasn't. Dad was the easygoing one.
It's been 30 years since I've been to Canada. Went to Toronto and Ontario areas many times back then. Terry Himes says. Awesome. Well, come on back.
Oh, where are you from?
Once the borders open. Borders are still closed till the end of the month. So
At least. They might extend that.
Yeah.
wouldn't
we'll see. Times are crazy,
they?
folks.
Just want to get the hospital open again.
Speaking of which, yeah, we're at about that time. Excuse me. Anything to add, my lovely, awesome mother? We've got 58 people still tuned in. I'm assuming there has to be at least 58 thumbs ups, right, folks? Because you wouldn't watch a show with my mom here and not give me a thumbs up.
Does anybody have any questions?
You're opening it up at the end of the show for questions?
Sure.
All right. Well, we could be here another hour and a half, by saying that.
Well,
The whole show's been Q&A.
There's nothing.
She
there's
decides during a
nothing on
Q&A
TV.
show, folks, at the end of it, hey, any questions? 63 thumbs ups. Not bad. 57 watching, 63 thumbs. Well, Terry, since you last came to Toronto, they built a building.
A tall one.
I see a various disciplinarian, Guitar Man 35. My mom used Hot Wheels racetrack. There we go. And said, I'm telling your father. I think that sounds like she was bragging. I'm telling your father. He's like, yeah, I'm telling her how it welted up your ass. There's Rob from Tesi Switch, one of our awesome sponsors. I've been listening while I work. Sorry, I've been actively chatting. Quite all right. Wow, 70 thumbs ups. 70. Awesome. Are you part of Ben's musical journey? I missed the beginning.
I didn't really have a lot to do with it. I taught his, grade 7 class, how to dance to Thriller. Does that count for me?
That was 5th grade.
Oh, it was a 5th grade?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
We wouldn't have danced to Thriller in 87. That's like 2-3 years too late. He was already on bad by then. Actually, might have been in 4th grade. And was that my class or another class?
No, it was yours.
Because there was one year I remember you guys taught other classes. You both taught at the school, and wasn't my class, wasn't Amanda's class. We're like, what the deuce? Because I just remember, because Dad was doing some music classes for Dennis Prentice. And I just remember because I didn't even know about it, but why would I? When you no need to fill in the 9-year-old, because I was only in 4th grade. You know, it's not like, hey, guess what? And I just remember, I happened to get up to go to the washroom. So, I come out to go down the hall. My class was right across the hall from his. And here's Dad walking down the hall with a guitar in one hand, amp in the other. And I'm like, huh? Like, what?
And I went drinking with Dennis.
And I'm like, hey, Dad, what are you doing here? He goes, I'm here to teach about guitar. I'm like, makes sense. I'm headed to the can. I want to see Ben dance the Thriller zombie dance.
No, you don't.
No.
The
Would be
only
fourth
time
grade,
Ben
yeah.
can dance is when he's really drunk.
And even then, I don't anymore. Just slow dance.
I think Rich's wedding was the last time you
Which Rich?
did.
I've been to a few Rich weddings.
Oh,
and I've been
that's
in the
true.
wedding for both weddings.
Yeah, that's true. The one at the Legion.
Yeah. No, the last wedding I danced at. I
That's
don't
the last
remember.
one I was at. That you
Yeah,
danced.
I don't know. It's a long time. Don't care. What are you most proud of Ben for? Same question for Ben. What am I most proud of me for? I'm proud of Ma because she was always a cool Ma growing up. She helped us close the bar one night when we were 19 and introduced my redneck friends to Chinese food because she's like, they're all like, hey, Maggie. Because we should mention all my friends also worked for you at the time. I think Rich Mutton was there. He didn't work for you, but Tim and Cormier both did, Jay Cormier. And they're like, hey, Maggie, let's probably give us a ride home. And she's like, yeah, but we're not going home first. What do you mean? We got to go out for Chinese food first once the bar's closed. Oh, okay. So we go down to the Chinese food restaurant in town. There's us and half the bar all hanging out, filling up the Chinese food place, getting Chinese food at 1 in the morning.
It was Tim that was about to barf all over the.
And Jay had never had Chinese food before.
And there was those plastic plants behind
that he was
us
talking to. Yeah.
Tim was, yeah.
And folks, if you want more information on Tim, he now sponsors the channel here. He owns Vibraprint.ca. So he too turned out well. And he also refers to Mom as Mom.
Yeah, I have a lot of extra kids.
Well, you got more now.
It was our way of, you see, when Ben was a teenager and we owned a restaurant at that, well, we owned a couple of them at that time. But
I do, Will. He says I dance like Elaine on Seinfeld. Pretty much.
You do.
Pretty much.
Yes.
It's not pretty.
And so to keep Ben from hanging around downtown with the ne'er-do-wells, as it were, we used to hire all his friends so that they could all hang out
Those who
together.
wanted to work.
Yeah.
If they didn't have a good work ethic, they were hanging out downtown, broke.
There was, and they've all turned out
Half
well.
dozen of them.
So.
Yeah. Oh, you got Tim's out in BC, Scott's out in Japan.
Did Colin work for us?
Yep. Colin worked for us. Colin worked at the restaurant after we sold the restaurant. He worked for the Chinese food people too. And then so he's running multiple farms. Yeah.
Yeah.
You said you saw his mom. Betty Ann?
No. Betty Lou?
Betty Ann.
Betty Ann.
Yeah, Betty Ann.
I didn't see her.
So, all
married
right.
again.
So there you go. On the spot. What are you most proud of?
Oh,
I worked there. Yeah, Milt worked there.
Yeah, that's true.
Touche, Milt.
Milt.
Touche, Milt. And went on to greater things. Now he's cooking at a casino.
He's almost ready to retire, aren't you, Milt?
So he bought a guitar. You can learn how to be a teenager all over again.
Yeah, exactly. Your misspent youth was at the cave.
Excuse me.
I'd say the thing that I'm most proud of Ben is that he is a nice guy. He's just a nice guy. He used to try to be tough. He used to think when he was going through his black era, everything was black.
See, that's funny. They call it the black era. Meanwhile, all these folks, we all wear black jeans, black t-shirts.
Yeah, well, he was going through this when he was a teenager, and
which Mom dubbed for some reason. That's only because I just wore black jeans.
And no, he had black leather jacket.
They're all black. And black concert shirts. Imagine that.
But anyways, you used to say, I'd say, you're such a nice kid. You'd say, no, I'm not.
Don't say that.
I'm tough. I'm bad. I'm a badass, No, you're not. Don't be such a...
Yeah, but I was always a believer in karma. So...
Both are... That's nice of you to believe in Doug's wife.
That's what he always says.
I
Quit bringing up my wife.
Ben has always been a really kind-hearted. He will.
Hey, Rob.
He will do anything we ask. He will do for us.
There you go.
And
Brad Miller says, if I didn't paint my nails black, it doesn't count. And I didn't, so it doesn't.
Well, they didn't have black nail polish back in those days.
Sure they did.
Did they? Oh.
They had it back in your day.
They did?
Tell me chicks like Yoko Ono wasn't wearing black fucking nail polish?
Well, I didn't have any nails, so it didn't really affect me.
The zombie chicks with the jet black hair. Aunt Yvonne probably wore it all the time or another. Aunt Yvonne was goth before there was goth. Just naturally.
Yeah, exactly.
Yvonne, get some sun. So there we are. I think we had a good show here. He's a pussycat.
That's
oh, excuse me.
Both my kids, I have to say, Amanda is the same way. She's got a good heart, and you don't want to get on the wrong side of her. Boy, when she gets pissed off at you.
Me either.
I've never seen you really pissed off, but I have seen.
I hide it well.
But if you want somebody in your corner, she's the one.
Yep.
She'll fight like a wildcat for you, which is nice.
Yeah. Well, there we are.
Do we have to stop?
We have chocolate pie to eat.
Oh, chocolate pie to eat.
See, that's all you have to do, folks. Just mention that.
No, I'm going to wait for that cheesecake to come from Midland.
There we go.
I'm sure it could come in some kind of a form. Thank you, everybody, for the donations. It's going to make a big difference as far as all the stuff. The procedure that I have to go through, the operation is a 12-hour operation.
Yeah. Which
I just hope that the surgeons had a lot of coffee first.
Cocaine helps, I heard.
But not shaky coffee.
Yeah.
Just coffee so he's awake.
Yeah. Coffee, not espresso.
Yeah.
Or like I said, cocaine.
No.
They call it focus powder. Be good during surgery.
And
not a lot of doctors ever done that.
And then
there we go. Terry says I'll send Ben the basics of it.
Yeah.
Nice. There you go. What's up, Doc? You go give your mama some attention too now. Nice. And Sean says, Terry, get on that cheesecake.
Yeah. What's a cheesecake?
Ben Tom says, thank you, Mom and Ben. Nice.
Well, it's good seeing everybody. We've got people leaving now.
That's what happens when we wrap things up.
But I'm having so much fun.
Keith says, thank you for a great Mother's Day. I'm glad you enjoyed it. Awesome show as always, but extra awesome because of Maggie, Terry says. Ben Tom, hashtag focus powder. I was waiting for that one, Ben Tom. Thanks, Mama Coombs. And yes, if you'd like to keep up with with my mother on social media, she is available on Facebook at Maggie Coombs. I'm sure you've already got a couple friends from the community. I know Dad does. I saw a post, I think it was Dad did earlier, and I'm looking. There's Ben Tom, and there's Todd Flowers. I was like, huh, cool. So yeah, definitely. Mom does a lot of positive messages on Facebook, and she will once in a while share an embarrassing photo of myself or my sister, possibly, usually around our birthdays.
Oh yeah, well, I was looking at the ones with your ears when you were at Sugar Bowl.
That video.
No, this was when you were a baby.
Well, there's that too.
You got the sugar.
Yeah, cousin Kelly tagged me in one today.
Oh yeah.
In my red overalls.
Oh yeah, those are cute. Cute.
You dressed me.
It was Christmas.
It was the 70s.
That's true.
It was a white overalls or red overalls with a white turtleneck on an overweight pudgy child. Yeah. Did someone say Bolivian marching powder? Happy Mother's Day to Ben's mom.
Thank you.
Awesome. Well, yes, again, thanks everybody that donated. Depending on how this month does, keep watching those ads, folks. If I do pretty good in ad revenue, I'm going to try to cover the portion that Google takes out of it. Because they take that. They take a nice little piece. So I'm going to try to cover that portion. So I'm going to say any of you folks that if you've been watching me less than a year, chances are you haven't seen all my gear demos. So maybe go check out one of the playlists. If you're into pedals, there's a separate pedal playlist. If you're into guitars, there's a guitar demo playlist. And just maybe watch one or two of those and give it a thumbs up too, because I used to get a lot of hate on the channel. So some of those videos have as many thumbs downs as they have thumbs ups. So that'd be awesome. Ben Tom says, I had a brown velour suit at 7 years old. I still have a velour jacket.
Yeah. Purple, isn't it?
Yeah, kind of a burgundy velour, purple velour, which I wore with this shirt at a gig. That's when I really realized I've moved into Dad's shoes as a musician, because at that gig I'm wearing his jacket, playing his guitar through his old amp. And I'm like,
you just needed the Western hat.
I just needed the Western hat, yeah.
Yeah. You got the beard. You got
if nothing else, let the playlist run. Well, you can do that too. You have gear demos? Thanks, Will. Mine was green. Awesome. Yeah, I think we all had a velour suit at one time. Thank you, 70s.
You had that little brown one.
A brown plaid suit.
Oh, yeah. I could put pictures up.
I think they're already up. Doug's got a bunch too. He's been sending them to me for your birthday show. I'm like, okay, yeah. So Friday, May 22nd, we're doing a special birthday hangout here. We got a bunch of people coming on. And yes, there will be embarrassing photos being shown of myself and Doug, because he's usually standing next to me in them. So I'm cool with that.
Yeah, I have a lot of them, actually.
Mm-hmm. So there we are. We did an hour and a half. Awesome.
Oh, it's been fun, my
Thanks,
dear.
Terry. Yeah, it's been fun too. Let's do it again next year.
Okay.
Okay. We're back here in a year, folks? I think so.
And I'll be a lot, apparently I'm going to be back to normal.
Doug says, but I'm better looking. Yeah, but I'm not the silver fox.
Yeah.
Just saying. I still have that photo where I only shaved part of his head so he looked like he had the bald spot on top. I still have that photo, Doug. The get off my lawn photo. That's what that is. The get off my lawn photo.
Yeah, exactly.
Awesome. This is Guitar Man 45's daughter's birthday on the same day.
Oh, cool.
Yes, and of course, roughly a month from now, Dad will be here for Father's Day, regaling us with stories.
I must say, for your birthday.
Yes.
Given the fact.
Say it here on the air, so it's we have it written down.
His birthday is the 22nd of May. He was supposed to be here on this earth on the 2nd of May. Now, as you can see, I'm not a big person. And he stayed in there chowing down inside me for 3 extra weeks. At which time I could eat my dinner off of my stomach.
A boring musician showing up late.
And he was big.
I think I pretty much just stretched since birth.
Yeah, he was very big. Now he's there was a
funny.
time.
Mark says here, this has been a very cool show, Maggie and Ben. I enjoy hearing the old stories. Like he hasn't heard them all 5 times already,
yeah,
right?
Exactly.
Which is awesome.
Exactly. And did you ask Mark about the walking stick?
Thought we were taking care of.
Okay.
It's supposed to be a surprise.
Oh. I'll be surprised.
Don't tell her. Her memory's a sieve. She won't remember in 3 minutes anyways.
No.
That's right. Musicians never get up early. That's right. I like that.
Neither do their parents.
Yeah, his funny part is I'll hear one or the other of these two shuffling around upstairs early in the morning. Then I get up. They're both asleep for like an hour and then I'm like, what the hell's going on? I'm like, are we full on musician mode here, folks?
Well, I'm always up at 2 a.m. for some reason.
I know, because that's when I'm trying to fall asleep. Same as Dad decides to get up at 1 a.m. and make the most noise. It's always 1 a.m., so that's why I don't get to sleep till about 2 or 3 half the time.
Ah, well.
Yeah.
We're a happy family.
We are. So there we are, folks. Thank you very much for tuning in. If you're new, please subscribe. Leave a thumbs up. Thanks, everybody that donated.
Yes.
It goes a long way.
It's gonna
We'll
very
be all
helpful.
meeting up back here in approximately 22 and a half hours for Canucks with Guitars. Live Q&A, and maybe I'll play some music, too.
Ooh.
Ooh.
I remember when you never played a whole song.
I don't anymore either. Play a whole song and get copyright claims. I just play a snippet. You know, you start playing, you hope somebody asks you a question in the chat to interrupt you from playing before the copyright claim kicks in.
Well,
So,
I'm going to take my water upstairs.
there we are. And we will see you tomorrow. Oh, and tomorrow at 7 Eastern, 4 Pacific, 6 String Brian will be doing his Monday Night Ramble. Please, please, please give him a sub. The guy's only got like 400 subs, and he should have 4,000. He does amazing work. He's a nice guy. And I heard he likes Les Pauls. So until next time, folks, as always, I'm Ben. She's Ma. Jay Steen just showed up. I love Jay Steen. He's an awesome dude as well. Hold those doors open. Let that guy in ahead of you in traffic. Do good things, and good things will happen to you. Karma is real. I'm living the dream. She's living the dream. I hope you're living the dream. Be well. Be safe. Give your ma a hug for us. Oh, on camera even. Oh, there we go, folks. Cheers. Rock on, and peace. Be good to each other. Once I hit end project.